and welcome to Session 2 of Humblewood. This is a D&D 5e campaign that we're playing in a very cute woodland creatures setting. We'll go around the table and have everyone introduce themselves and their characters. And when you introduce your character, kind of give a description of them, and then I'd like to know one thing that they really enjoyed doing in their childhood as a fledgling or a pup.
Breaking out the
Who wants to
biology
go
here.
first? Yes. Connor, you can go first.
Sure, I volunteer as tribute. So I'm Connor. I am playing Rutherford Babbington. He is a Vulpin. They're the fox race of the Humblewood. He's very serious and severe at times, but also has a wry British sense of humor, very self-deprecating, and he likes to poke at other people at the miserableness of their situation, in a very kind of backhanded, but I'm with you sort of way. He is middle-aged, graying fur, relatively tall, relatively lean, and when he was a pup, he loved to play card games and dice games and learn how to tip the odds in his favor.
A cheater.
No. Nothing so bold as that.
Even if you can't win with skill, win by cheating.
He would ride that fine line of like, we'll let it slide in this tournament, but the next one, you know, it's going to be in the rules that you can't do that. You know? It's poor sportsmanship.
My family had a saying growing up. It was win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I feel like that's the vibe that Rutherford gives.
I don't think he views it that way. The rest of society might, but he doesn't.
Perfect. Logan, do you want to go next?
Yes, I would like to go next. I am Logan. I am playing Bohuckle Corriefeather. I am a blue chicken. I am a Gallus. We are essentially just giant chickens that really, really like community. I am a cleric of community, I think is my domain. Let's see, I'm from Ashborough, which is R.I.P. the town famous for its barley porridge. It no longer exists. I am the sole survivor that I know of. I was the healer of the town. After that, I set out to find my uncle, Mungojerry, who I have now found. When I was little, a fledgling, we'll say, I did not play with the other kids. They were too rambunctious and they didn't follow the rules, so I was not about that. I would always spend time with Mistress, we'll call her Agatha, and she was the old healer of the town, and I would spend time with her in her garden, so I got really good at herbs. And then when she died, I just took over being healer of the town at like age 8.
Checks out. Sean, you're up.
All right. So I'm Sean, and I am playing Ori Whitewing, who is a Strig, or sort of the owl species of Humblewood. Ori is a barn owl, but on the kind of paler side. They have a little bit more white coloring than your usual barn owl. And he is a sort of nomadic woodsman, person of the forest, doesn't really venture into civilization very much. As such, I mean, I think as a kid, not as a kid, I'm not a goat. As a chick, as a little chick, he would adventure into the forest and was always exploring sort of the outskirts of town, following different streams and branches and exploring both the canopies and the forest floor. Sort of maybe a little unusual for his age in that he wasn't scared to go to the floor, the forest floor. And I think in that process too, he also ended up making friends with a lot of like wildlife. So he was kind of like connecting with wildlife too while he was a little chick. Um, and he's a fighter. So bring in the heavy hitter in.
Bring in the axe.
Bring in the axe.
All right, and last but not least, Sarah.
Oh, hi. I'm Sarah, and I play Mungojerry Corriefeather, the Magnificent, the brave, the absolutely insane Bright Gallus. He is the bard of the group, and he is unusual for a Gallus in that he is he like travels between his communities. So he's never settled down at one place, even though he did grow up like settled down. So when he grew up, he had dreams of being kind of like an epic adventurer. You know, he really wanted to be like a swordsman, so he would play like all the swordsman games with sticks and things like that. And I feel like he, you know, played pretend a lot. And yes, so Mungojerry was on the road, and he kind of knew everyone tangentially last time and like picked them up on the way, and was reunited with his nephew Bohuckle, and found out that the whole town of Ashborough is gone, even his goldfish, burnt to a crisp. And yeah, he is known for his love of tea and the loot, but the tea and the loot didn't happen until he was later on in age.
Well, did you do your young thing and I missed it, or did you not?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, when he was young, he used to play pretend and like be a fighter. Like he thought he was gonna be like a big fighter. So I feel like he would like jump out from behind the trees and be like, "Get back, you bandits!" And you know, like he would just kind of like make up situations where he was kind of this folk hero. And he was like really good. He would like practice at the sword and stuff, but he didn't get to be a fight. He never ended up being a fighter, but that's what he thought he would do when he was little.
Perfect. Thank you. Does somebody want to give a recap of last session? Just quick.
We were in the town of. Provide me the name, please.
Meadowfen.
Meadowfen. And that is when we received news, or some of us brought the news, of Ashborough being destroyed. And there was the elder of the town. Her name was Ardwin. Sort of tasked us to go to something Heart? Alderheart.
Alderheart, yeah.
To bring news of Ashborough's predicament. We spent some time in the town with some children and a lady who was not at all receptive to me. And then we left, and we got to know each other, and some of us didn't want to be friends with other people and stuck to the shadows. And then we found a weird cat creature, Eliza Pennygleam, who doesn't have object permanence.
Yes, with object permanence. Okay, calm down.
She was being accosted. We unaccosted her, and then we were just continuing on our way. We're trying to get to the town of, please, line.
Winnowing Reach.
Winnowing Reach. And that is where Eliza is going as well. So that is sort of on the edge of the woods, and that's our next destination. Oh, Frey is a Vulpin. She was important. She ran away.
Yeah. True. All true things. Yes. We ended the session. You found a kind of cozy place. On, I think we decided kind of the swampy side of the road, not the like desiccated side of the road, if you remember the road split happening. And you had just finished a long rest. So you all get your resources back and heal to full if you have not done so already. And we will pick up from there. I think Ori said that he was kind of keeping watch more than maybe the rest of everyone. So I think Ori maybe wakes up earlier than everyone else, just to like make sure everything's going okay. You can kind of hear like the insects start waking up. I don't know if there's giant cicadas, but we'll say that there are.
There are now.
There are now. And they start like buzzing, like the forest is waking up. And Eliza wakes up kind of early and starts like packing up her boxes and things and getting the cart ready to go.
We end up actually taking anything from Eliza, or
Oh yes, we did.
What?
Oh.
Oh, you took the fire book.
Oh, see, I thought you were just reading the book.
You guys don't know Uncle Mungojerry
I'm-
like I do. I knew she swiped that bad boy.
I was reading the book and then covering it with a wing so that she wouldn't see it because she had no object permanence.
Of course, that's what that was.
classic. Okay, that's fine. I don't care.
I think maybe Uncle Mungo put a rock of a similar weight in the box.
Oh,
I'm
this
sure
is
that's what
Uncle
we're worried
Mungo's
about.
first flight around the nest.
He's gonna sell that rock for a pretty profit.
So yeah, I feel like he's sleeping on it. Like he's going, and there's just like a little book underneath his bedroll. If you look hard enough, it's there.
Perfect. Can you remind us what that book contained, Sarah?
It contained fire magic details, and it said that spirits aren't real and aren't involved.
Yeah.
Essentially. It was like spirits nonsense. And good old Mungo was pretty skeptical that this guy knew what he was talking about.
Yep.
But,
It was basically like a wizard spell book, right?
Yeah.
Notes and annotations all over it.
Exactly. And it wasn't all fire magic, it was just like there were some fire spells. Perfect. Do you have any of you have anything you want to do before you head out?
Did we roll to make the cart go faster? Did we do that?
I
think
did,
yeah,
yeah.
Ori is pulling the cart.
Okay.
The way it was meant to be pulled,
Yeah.
as opposed
Great.
to Eliza's very inefficient pushing mechanism.
To her credit, she doesn't know the front of the card exists when she's at the back, so.
She forgets. It's a problem.
It is a problem. Debilitating. One might say.
And yet she still manages.
Makes it through the kindness of others.
She makes it through.
No, I think
no.
Ori will help Eliza get ready to go, because she's the slow one of the group. And then, but other than that, maybe he'd wake everyone up if it started to get a little later. He was getting antsy, but
Perfect. You all hit the road. Ori pulling the cart. Eliza's kind of like walking next to Mungojerry, and Bohuckle maybe, and she's just like gabbing at you guys, being like, "Oh my gosh, when we get to Winnowing Reach, I hope that they have so many people who want to buy all my stuff. Did you look through it last night? What do I have in there?"
Well, Uncle Mungo did take a little peek.
Oh, that's okay, dear. That's okay. I know. I mean, it's like a lot of good stuff in there, isn't it?
There really is. Do you remember? You don't remember a single thing about what's in there, do you?
No, sir.
Well, let me tell you what you have and what you definitely do not have. You had quite a lot of bucks and thingamajigs, but you know what you're really lacking? You're lacking a book on fire magic and fire spells and safety.
Really? That sounds like something I would have.
Yeah, I thought you would too, my dear, but nothing.
Nothing.
Maybe
Wow.
you dropped it on the way.
Roll a deception check.
Absolutely 9.
9? Okay, hold on. Let me roll for her.
Oh.
The 0. She doesn't remember anything.
Oh, she
Do I get
believes you.
advantage?
Well,
She believes you.
Yes. Wonderful.
So, wow, that I'll need to. I mean, Winnowing Reach has a library. Maybe they'll have a book like that I can check
Well,
out.
Mungo's like, well, I would like to come with you then. We
Please
should go
do.
together.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can
Oh,
help
yes.
me.
I'm great in libraries. They really appreciate bringing some music.
They appreciate the song the most.
Librarians are always up for a good cup of tea near their books. I'm invaluable to them, really.
See, I would think my experience with librarians has been that they like quiet and not liquid next to their books. But
You know, they always say that, but they're just, you know, it's never true.
whatever you say. I mean, Mungojerry knows best.
Just you wait and see. And I
And
feel
she's
like
kind of like just trotting next to you guys. She's pretty
Yeah.
small.
great.
Small little
she's,
Kit Kat.
she's a little Kit Kat.
Yes. Does anybody have a passive perception of 15 or higher?
No, ma'am.
Oh. 15.
Perfect.
15?
Yep.
Is it just Logan?
Wait, how do I see this?
Almost
passive,
certainly.
Passive
Yeah.
wisdom. I have passive
These
wisdom of
minds.
14.
So, Sarah, you've got that list of skills. Up at the
Mhm.
very top of the list, there's a box that says inspiration, and a box that says
Mhm.
proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have
have anything
proficiency,
yet.
you're not going to add that bonus, so it would just be wisdom.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll have it.
All right, so
Good
you're
fortune.
walking along this path. You have
Mhm.
the like swamp that continues on your right, and the like desiccated grasses on your left have kind of transitioned to like burned stumps and fields covered in ash. It looks like a massive fire has ravaged like this side of the road. And
Recently?
Recently, yes.
Okay.
And as you continue, like it doesn't really continue to get worse, but it went from like the dry grass to just like barren wasteland pretty quickly and stayed pretty barren. A couple hours in, you see like a like undulating mass of something like in the sky. Like
Like one thing or like a flock of birds?
like a swarm of something.
Okay.
And you've kind of been keeping tabs on this. But as of the last couple minutes, it seems to be like moving in your direction.
What is that? I'll point it out to everyone.
Mhm.
The undulating form.
Oh, you mean the that undulating
Ori
swarm.
will take a...
Yeah, no, not
Wait,
that one.
what?
That's the undulating swarm over there.
Mungo had been like looking in the wrong direction at the clouds. Oh, yes. Seems like it's flying against the wind.
Can I roll survival or something? to
Sure,
see if
yeah,
I know
go ahead.
nature? Okay.
And I
Where's that?
have...
I don't need it.
Nope.
23.
I think Ori knows what these look like. Bohuckle would also know what these are. You see a swarm comprised of hundreds of tiny flying creatures, each of which look like a small bat, but it has a flame above its nose, like
Fire bats.
sprouting from above its nose.
Like a real fire? Or like...
Yeah, like a real
okay.
fire. These are ember bats, and they
Bats.
inhabit the scorched grove. They had come and kind of assault, like they would assault Ashbarrow
Mhm.
occasionally near the end of what happened. But they were not. You don't think they were the cause of it. They were just like a side effect.
Uh-huh. They're malicious.
Yes, they are malicious. They are. They're approaching you quite quickly. You have like 15 seconds before they'll
Damn.
make it to you.
15 seconds.
Dive
Okay.
bomb us.
Ori springs into action. He yells, "Ember bats, get to the ground or find cover quick!" And is there any sort of defensive cover nearby? I mean, he unsheaths probably his axe and his crossbow.
Yeah. So the side that the bats are coming from, probably not. It's like all burnt. Some stumps, but they're not significant ash. The swamp side has more significant cover, but you would have to like kind of get into the swamp to hide.
How attached are you to your wooden cart? It might
Me?
go up in Yes, you.
Very. It has all my stuff on it. That's my well-being.
But you won't remember if it's gone.
That's still a problem.
What would Mungojerry know an ember bat's weakness?
Make a nature check.
Absolutely.
While this is happening, Rutherford is diving into the bushes and hiding.
20.
Good job, Sarah.
What?
Ember bats, like normal bats, have echolocation. So I see that you pinged minor illusion in. That would not work against them because they're just gonna
Didn't mean
echolocate
to.
through it. Yeah, no, but I mean it's valuable information to have. Like,
If I create a sound,
They can create a
because I
sound.
can create a sound with minor
yeah.
illusion.
If you
Would
create a
that
sound,
work?
that could be good. And you know they can't use their echolocation if they're deafened.
Okay. Great. I feel like what he will then do is use minor illusion to create he'll essentially amplify the sound of his lute and his voice. So like he from performing knows how to like throw his voice and project, and he just wants to deafen the bats and like confuse them so they're no longer in like an undulating mass. They're kind of like totally disoriented.
Okay.
So he'll just kind of play the loudest sound or sing the loudest sound that he.
Let's have you make a. Or I can just have them save. That's fine.
Yeah.
Your spell save DC is
Investigation.
13.
My what?
Your spell save DC is 13. Is that
Please
correct?
let me look where that would be.
Her spells. Is that his spells? Where is it?
I don't know.
It can't be right.
That is right.
How do you have a -4?
They're bats.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was Sarah
13.
rolling.
I
I
have
was like,
13.
she's so dumb.
I have
so
spell
perfect.
save 13.
You have spell save 13. The bats rolled intelligence and got a -3 on a natural 1.
Great.
So the bats, like, you make a sound and then you make another sound and like they kind of split off and kind of scatter. They seem to be still hanging around this general vicinity, but like confused and trying to find where the people were that they saw before.
Yeah, they're like no longer. I just want them to like no longer be honing in on
Yep,
us and
yep.
just kind of wasting time. Yeah. So I feel like you just hear Mungojerry and he's kind of just singing like a drone. He's just like, but really loud,
Yeah,
like a
it's sort of
bagpipe
like
sound.
Mongolian throat singing going
Yeah,
on in dual
yeah.
tones.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
You can
Ori
keep.
will be.
Yeah, I think Mungojerry can keep that up. But as soon as you stop, they're gonna find you again. So you have to keep Mongolian throat singing or whatever you're doing.
Okay.
They've been waiting for someone to ask them that their whole life.
Yeah.
Of note, that spell lasts a minute, Sarah.
Great. Or you have a
Could
minute.
recast it though.
Everybody has a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Ori's not wasting time. He does a quick like, good job, Mungo, and then starts pulling the cart immediately, and it's like, Eliza, into the swamp. Try and find some scrub. We'll hide your cart, but we're gonna have to deal with these ember bats no matter what.
Okay, and she like hops in the cart as you're pulling it.
She's not gonna
And
walk.
she'll stand on it
So
like
he
a captain.
swivels
and
his
she'll-
head all the way around and looks at me. And he's like, "I'm in for you to help me push it, but okay."
She says, "Ori, I see scrub over that way. Let's go."
Ori will double down, swivel back, and double down in that direction.
Yeah, I feel like Mungojerry is like walking backwards towards the swamp, like while doing his like, oh.
Yeah, Ori's maybe like, I don't know. He's telling Bohuckle, like, go help your uncle. Keep him on track. Keep him safe.
Okay. I was gonna help with the cart, but I can go stand next to him.
How strong are you?
I was gonna help hide it.
Oh, I think I can cover that.
Perfect. What is Rutherford doing? Anything in particular?
Yeah, so he dives into the bushes and then he is like hiding, laying low. Probably make a stealth roll and then just watching and observing the cloud, seeing where they're going, just trying to pay attention to what's going on with them.
Perfect. We'll say you can stealth for free, since they're distracted and don't have their blind sight presently. All right. Once you hide Eliza and her cart, yes, Logan.
What's the volume of this undulating mass?
What's the volume?
300
Bat
Metric.
units.
fluid ounces.
In gallons. A lot.
You want that in milliliters
I
or
mean,
gallons?
I think technically it's gonna be
More or less than 30 square cubic feet.
less if it's all together, but it's not right now.
Okay. That's fine. That's all I needed to know.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay,
I feel
yeah,
like
Ori will
Mungojerry's
hide.
taking a breath.
And then he's gonna run back to Mungojerry and he's gonna ready his crossbow for some early pot shots.
Perfect. Let's roll initiative.
Initiative. Oh my god, I am bad at initiative.
Did mine
I feel like
not
this
go
is
in?
a consistent problem. Did you have your token selected?
Oh no. Why would I have my token selected?
I thought I taught you so well during. Oh wait, you didn't play that game with us. Never mind. You missed Dawn
There
of
you go.
Worlds, where I had to scream at
Perfect.
everybody every round.
Oh, that's true. I heard you screaming at people on the replay though.
Select your token.
All right, Rutherford, you're hiding in a bush, and the bats are presently distracted. What would you like to do?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat?
What do you want to do?
I'm hiding. I'm still.
You're
You're
first.
just continuing to hide.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're not.
Okay, great. Do you want to hold an action, or are you just hiding?
Good question.
Just hiding.
Okay. The bats will say they're surprised or distracted or something, so they won't go this round. Bohuckle?
Uncle, I need you to get all the bats. They're separated right now. I need you to get them together. You think we can do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, Bohuckle will then change the tune of his minor illusion. And he'll like
Like
run
a tuning
under
fork.
like he'll run underneath of them and then he'll make like positive bets. Like
Positive ember bat sound.
you know?
Ori's like, no, don't go closer to that.
They're all
Okay.
together, Bohuckle!
Reaching
Can you
out
get them
towards-
now?
I'm going to hold my action.
Uh-huh.
Alright,
until
so I think
Uncle
this.
gets
I
them
do
all
that.
together.
Okay.
And then I guess I want to hold a spell, so I have to ready an action.
Yes.
I'm going to create water in a 30-foot cube as rain. And once they're there, I'm just going to douse them all in water.
Perfect. Love it. All right, Mungojerry, you're running up underneath the bats and calling them into you. Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Well, I've changed my action.
Ori, what are you doing?
Well, maybe this still works. I'll run after a Mungo, and while I'm running, I'll like fire one crossbow bolt, and then I'll sort of like drop my crossbow to the ground as I get a better handle on my axe instead. And I've also got I pull out my shield from off my back now that I have both hands.
Perfect.
So I'll make one crossbow attack.
Yep.
Let's say that work. No, that rolled the damage. Oh, because I clicked the wrong button. Doesn't matter.
No, it misses.
I'm a crossbow master, guys. Don't mess with me. I promise I have a good bonus today.
I feel like Ori. I feel like when Mungo sees Ori run up, he like nudges his elbow so that your shot doesn't go. He's like, "We're trying to get them together, Ori."
We need
Not
lots
yet.
of them. Mungos. How many ember bats have you fought in your life?
Absolutely none.
Exactly. I think they're like back to back.
Don't worry, we'll get out of this, my boy. Here, batty, batty, bat.
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you.
Rutherford, are you doing anything now?
Oh, so how have the bats positioned themselves? How have they moved?
So they haven't moved yet.
Mhm.
They're gonna react to Mungojerry on their turn. They're currently scattered and like kind of like hovering around where the minor illusion noise was happening. Each like there's 2 swarms of them separated, and they're both hovering there. You presume that they will come after Mungojerry now that he's making bat noises.
Positive bat noises, yeah.
Positive bat noises.
Positive bats.
Oh gosh. Are they? How high up are they?
Well, we'll say 40 feet.
Okay. Yep. We're chilling then still.
Okay, chillin'. Do you want to hold an action?
No, because I want to make a melee attack, which
Oh, okay,
makes
okay,
this
okay,
so
okay,
difficult.
okay. Yep, no problem. The swarms of ember bats are going to fly down to Mungojerry, right next to him, like 5 feet up. Logan, that will trigger your spell.
It rains
Um,
instantaneously,
It does rain instantaneously.
drenching Ori and Mungojerry as well.
You can see the bats, like their fire gets a little doused, but like flares back up. But as they approach Mungojerry and Ori, the fact that their feathers are dampened, you can see there's like
Their
a little bit of
These
no,
bats
no,
have feathers?
your feathers,
Oh.
not the bats.
Oh.
Our feathers. Got it. We have feathers.
When did
You have
bats get
feathers. Your feathers are
feathers?
dampened, and you can see a little bit of like steam coming off of Mungojerry and Ori. It's fine, but the bats' heat might have been a problem had they not been wet.
So we're not in
Getting
danger
steamy up in here.
of combusting
Spontaneously
suddenly.
combusting.
No, you're not in danger of spontaneously combusting present.
Great.
That'll be the bat's movement, and then they dash to get down to you. So that'll be it for them. Bohuckle?
Oh. Well.
Just a quick. What's their deck save?
What's their deck save? Gonna just sort of, I don't know, maybe as one of them is lying down, maybe like gets next to me, and I'm gonna whap it with some herbs and cast Sacred Flame on one of them.
Okay, perfect. What's your
Just one bat.
Oh, it fails. They roll a 7.
Perfect. Oh my goodness, this has never succeeded.
7
7.
damage.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, so you whap your herbs into the air.
Yeah.
What does that look like when they get hit with a Sacred Flame?
I think I literally hit a bat with a bunch of herbs and it
Uh-huh.
like bursts into like white flames,
Uh-huh.
not its normal flames.
Yep.
And then they go away because it doesn't last all that long.
Perfect. This bat that bursts into flames, there's like maybe some like sparkle twinkles that fall from where it exploded. Anything else? Are you moving?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be right next to the two of them as well. The range on Crate 1 is not very
Us?
long. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, as long as everyone, I want to be next to everyone.
Yes. I'll be here. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Mungojerry.
Question: do bats have language?
I think with an intelligence of
Language?
-4, they don't.
Not immune with the bat.
You don't know. You can ponder the question of whether bats have language, but you don't understand it.
It's okay. Mungojerry already thinks that he's speaking bat language, so it really doesn't matter. It's just a formality, really. So how many of the bats are left? Do we, after Sacred Flame, they're all still alive and kicking?
There's still a bunch
Like
of them,
there's
yeah.
2 groups, so
There's
we
2
gotta
groups.
we gotta get rid of both groups.
Okay. I think he's going to see that now the bats are too close and like maybe the water has like finished evaporating, and he was like, "Nice bats," and then he turns and starts singing a lullaby, and we'll try and cast sleep so that like the ones in the radius around him and Ori fall and go to sleep.
Okay, sounds good.
At what level? Level 1.
Love
with
early level
beaches?
sleep.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so yeah, this one of the swarm of bats, like half of them, kind of just fall out of the air and like land on the ground and are sleeping away. And you can see some of the like ash-covered grass starts to smolder, but it's already been burnt before. So it doesn't seem like you're gonna start any fires from these bats, but they're sleeping on the ground.
Mungojerry pours some tea on that, like he's like, and he's like sprinkling tea around to like dampen them further.
Perfect. And the other half of bats is unaffected by your sleep, and they are still like swarming around you and like flying. Almost in a vortex around you. Anything else?
I would like to give a bardic inspiration to Rutherford Babbington.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. You
What
sing
does
a
that look
coaxing
like?
melody to bring me out of the
I
bushes.
do. I sing a coaxing melody. Like it's the lullaby works, and I see that they're asleep, and I see that I'm not gonna get like any more of the bats. So I start to sing a tune about the great Rutherford Babbington, who once escaped execution and vanished without a trace from the stockades.
Ooh.
And I want to inspire him to summon up his hero energy to do that.
Hero energy.
Big
That
hero
is a new
energy.
D&D resource. Big hero energy.
Big hero energy.
Positive fox noises.
She starts singing "What Does the Fox Say?" and that's all we need.
I
It
do
works.
speak Vulpin, so I think some of it's in Vulpin.
Perfect.
I love it. I love it.
Impressive.
Okay.
Connor, you get a D6
Wonderful.
to use at your discretion in the next 10 minutes. Ori, it is your turn.
Okay, seeing half the bats on the ground, Ori will turn and deal with the rest of the swarming bats and swing wildly, doing what he does best. Okay, battle axe. 13.
13 hits.
Perfect. 4 damage. Slashing, I think.
Yeah, you slash through a couple of bats. And as you slash, you get one and I don't know, smash it into the ground and you chop it into the ground with your axe. And then you hit another one, that you think probably should have died, but with this, slash in its back, it's still flying and screeches at you and annoyed.
I screech back.
Yeah.
How's good screechers?
Good screechers.
Yep. And just sort of ready my shield.
'Kay.
That's it.
Rutherford.
All right, Abby, this is where you have a decision to make.
Oh boy.
What type of stealth campaign is this? I'm running from the bushes. Can I make a melee attack with advantage? Or does running from the bushes keep me no longer hidden?
I think running from the bushes keeps you no longer hidden, but the sleeping one you would have advantage against.
Yeah, but he's not a threat right now. So, okay. I will then...
You're a brave fox.
Mungojerry's just constantly pouring tea on them every 2 minutes.
Thematically then, I draw a few daggers and I chuck them at the awake swarm of bats. Try and pick a couple of them out of the sky. It's a 16 to hit.
A 16 hits.
Okay. And that will be 4 plus another 6 damage. So 10 total.
Perfect.
Piercing.
Same thing happens with your dagger. You throw it and it I think kebabs a bat and then kebabs another bat and then works on kebabbing another bat, and the other bat that gets stabbed with this dagger is still flying with the dagger stuck in it and 2 dead bats.
Okay, great.
Who's the
They
strongest
seem-
flyer of his clutch?
They seem hardy, yeah.
They're very strong flyers. So then we are gonna scurry out of the bushes and run up into adjacency
Perfect.
with the rest of these bats.
Anything else?
I'll look at Mungojerry and I'll say, you can't believe everything you hear.
It's the story that matters, Rutherford Babbington. And with a story like this, you can't lose.
All right, the bats will go. One of the swarms can act and will attempt to bite Mungojerry because he's making positive bat noises.
A
Positive
positive
bat
bat
16.
light?
I impose disadvantage with my
Okay,
protection
14.
fighting style.
14.
How do I know if that
Wings.
hits? I have armor class 11, so I think
Okay,
that
it
hits.
does
Oh,
hit.
fuck.
Quality hit. She's a bard, Sean.
I'm a bard! I'm a baby
Is
bard!
that damage roll?
What's your ace? What's
I don't
your
see anything,
dex?
Abby.
I don't think so either. Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
you
it's
wearing
blank.
clothes? Just traveling clothes and...
Probably.
Let's see, Mungojerry dex 11. So no, she is wearing armor.
Oh, Mungojerry only has a dexterity of 11?
Yeah.
4 damage, Sarah. Ignore that.
Okay, I was like 32. I died. I did.
I don't know about
Alright,
that.
Dead.
I'm now at 6 health.
Perfect. They bite you for 4 damage, and it will be Bohuckle's turn.
Oh,
You're
if
muted.
only we
Where
could
do they
hear.
bite
Bohuckle
me?
has lost his
Where do they
voice.
bite you? There's
Where
a
do
bunch
they
of
bite
them.
me?
There's a bunch of them. There's 4 of them that bite you, and one of them bites one of your arm wings, and it's just holding on. Another one tries to bite your face, and you shoot it away.
Positive bat noises have stopped, and Mungo is just now cursing, and he's like, "Holy mother of bats!" Oh!
Okay. I'm gonna bat the one that's biting him while holding on to his wing.
'Kay.
I'm gonna same. Whap
Yeah.
it with these herbs, sacred flame.
These sacred flame herbs.
8.
Ah,
They're just constantly on fire.
yeah.
Just gently smoldering.
3. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just a bundle of
You-
sage gently smoldering. Boop.
Smack it, and it falls off of Mungojerry. Dead.
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 Uncle T. T.
Rest in peace.
What the T?
I knew I was gonna
Like,
use my assam like
Stop,
this.
drop, and roll. We're like stomping out burning bats as they fall.
Anything else?
No. Nope.
Okay. Mungojerry. As you start your turn, you've noticed that the steam from the create water has evaporated and saved you from a round of this, but you now need to make a Constitution saving throw.
How do I do that? Do I roll Constitution?
Up
There should
underneath
be-
proficiency bonus, there's a big box.
Yeah.
And you
I
can just
click
all
on
the
click.
saving
Constitution.
You can
throws.
click Constitution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click
Okay.
Constitution.
Great. Mungojerry dives deep into his heart, and he thinks healthy.
Healthy thoughts.
Funny.
Perfect. Yeah.
He did think healthy.
Very healthy thoughts. That is a healthy chicken.
So I think you're pouring the tea on the bats is working. Like there's a bat that will you'll start to feel really warm, and you're just like, no, I'm gonna pour tea on that and stomp that one out and
Absolutely not.
manage the fire.
Yeah. I
so-
think I warm a kettle on one bat, and then I pour out onto other bats. I think that's my set. I'm like, hey, this could work.
This is a new renewable resource for
Wow.
flames.
Let's
Can we-
catch one of
I
these.
was gonna say, let's keep one in a jar just to have as a portable burner.
Awesome. And then you get your turn.
Oh, I get my turn.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, great. So I feel like with prestidigitation, say that 10 times fast.
The tough one.
I can chill a cubic foot of non-living material for an hour.
Yeah. These bats are
One
living.
cubic foot.
Well, I'm not thinking of the bats, but I'm thinking of the area around,
Okay.
the air around us, essentially.
A cubic foot is not very much.
I'm gonna do it around me then.
Okay, yeah, you can do it around your head.
Yeah, you've got like a basketball of cold air.
Yeah, where they attacked before when
Yep.
making positive bat noises, that
What
will
if
now
we-
be chilled.
What if Ori suggested some cutting words to destroy
I don't got
the...
cutting words.
cutting words?
Just a first level bar.
I'm
what is
sorry.
He doesn't have vicious
No,
mockery.
she doesn't have
Vicious mock. You're
No, I don't have that.
Mungojerry is not
Mungojerry-
vicious.
Mungojerry is not that kind of bard. I mean, we
Mungojerry
could.
needs to be that
He
kind
We
of
is
can
bard.
what? Not that
slash.
kind of bard.
Is there a bat within reach I can slash with my rapier?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then I'll do that.
Okay. Go
Sounds like
You were a
Ori
bat.
wants me to
Ori
be...
wants violence.
attack.
He's manifesting violence.
No, Ori's worried about the violence you're going to receive if we don't enact violence on these bats.
Well, I
Wow.
will violently attack the bats who are not asleep.
Yeah.
With rapier. So I feel like my tea is warming. My hand is now free to flourish, and all that practice fighting leaves as a small child has come in handy. And I slash
Leaves, bats, same
slash
thing.
dim bats. If I could make it. Do I need to select my token? Is that what this is about?
No.
No, you should, you should have a list of attacks for your rapier.
It was because I was in equipment and not in
Mm.
Yeah.
7.
Oh.
A 7 misses. So you
Darn.
stab. You stab at the bat that has the dagger with 2 dead bats hanging off of it. And you just you nick this guy, and the dagger with the dead bats falls off, and he kind of flutters away again.
Aha! Take that!
All right, Ori, you're up.
Ori chooses violence, as is his nature, and will slash again and maybe yell for the others to get away, especially the bard and the cleric.
No. Oh, when you start
He's-
your turn, you also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I
But
think
yes,
happy owl thought to the best of my ability. Oh, I have a good save too.
okay.
Bad
Yeah,
rolls
you
this
fail
game.
with an 8. So you will take 1 point of fire damage as one of the bats kind of like flies by you, and you can feel one of your some of your skin smoldering from that.
Okay, I power through, and I will slash at these bats once again. 18, nice, not too bad.
Nice, yeah,
So,
18
we'll
hits.
roll that damage. 9
Nice.
damage.
Cool.
All right, you
Ori's coming in for violence.
slash through a couple more bats. They still
His
seem
happy owl
stronger.
thoughts are violent thoughts.
Yeah, they're
Violent
about
owl
enacting violence.
The bats still seem pretty stronger than you expect them to be, but you're making pretty good work of them.
Do they seem like, I think maybe Ori has met an ember bat or two, maybe not a swarm, but like 1 or 2. Do they seem stronger than regular ember bats?
No.
Or just like, they're just, okay.
Yeah.
They're just kind of magical creatures.
They're just
that are-
durable,
yeah,
magical
okay,
creatures.
okay.
Yep.
Cool, that's it. Yeah, he kind of yells like, I think he's like, Mungo and, Bohuckle, whatever your name is. Fall back. Me and Rutherford can handle these.
Perfect. Rutherford, at the start of your turn, please make a con saving throw.
You sure it's not Dex?
Yep.
Oh, 18!
Oh,
okay.
nice. 18,
Oh
yeah.
my
18
God.
I'm
succeeds.
telling you, think in the positive.
Yeah.
Fox thoughts. It works.
I think as you run by Mungojerry, you can feel the cool. Oh no, you didn't do the
I didn't do
coolness.
that yet, but
You can
I
feel the
can.
idea of the coolness.
The possibility of coolness. Cool air thoughts.
That protects you.
Yeah, so I like duck into the cool air thought bubble,
Yeah.
and I draw my
It's
rapier,
around here.
and I run a few of the other bats through, while I look at Ori and say, Rutherford and I, sir. 15
Ori's head
15 to hit.
swivels like
15 hit.
270 degrees. Like, he could just turn 90 degrees to look at you, but instead
He
goes
went the other
all
way.
around. He's like, I will eat you.
12
All right.
piercing damage.
Yeah, you kebab another few bats with your rapier. There are only a few fluttering around now, like maybe 4 of them. And then the rest are on the ground sleeping.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I guess I could make a bonus action dagger attack, couldn't I? That's a thing.
Yeah,
Although I guess
you
I drew my
dagger in your
rapier,
offhand.
so that doesn't.
Yeah, you can't draw both.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
that's
there we go.
true.
So that's
Okay.
done.
Perfect. The 4 remaining ember bats will attempt to bite Mungojerry one last time on their way out.
I'll
19.
impose disadvantage. Wow, this is why
Awesome.
I remember the crucial mistake for why we shouldn't let Abby DM.
She
You take
rolls
2
too good.
2 piercing
She rolls
damage.
too
2
good.
piercing damage. Yay! I got 4 health.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm still
Right
alive.
high.
And I think the 4 remaining bats, just like one of the 2 of them bite your legs, and like are hanging on, and like trying to hold on for dear life.
Yeah, I'm
And
like,
another
"Oh,
2
dear
are
Lord,"
like,
and I'm like hopping and kicking.
another 2 are trying
Ori's
to get
like,
a
hold
hold.
still.
Bohuckle, you're up.
I'm going to grab one of the bats off of Uncle Mungojerry
Yeah.
and then just like slugger it away.
Is that a sacred
flaming-
flame too?
A sacred
No,
flame.
I'll mix it up. This will be I'm gonna now use the herbs as a mace.
Oh, okay.
Oh. effective.
No.
No, that doesn't hit.
Hey, batter, swing! Batter.
So I think you pluck one off of Mungojerry.
Uh-huh.
You like swing at it, and it
Uh-huh.
just flies and then comes back and like bites him again.
A Bohuckle!
Okay, I'm helping. That's all.
Mungojerry.
What would it be to roll evasive maneuvers to shake off bats?
You can take the dodge action that will give disadvantage on attacks against you. But Sean's already been giving you disadvantage on attacks against
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So I'm just so I can't. There's no way for me to shake off the bats who are actively clinging to me.
I mean, they're not actually doing anything to you.
Okay,
Mechanically,
alright. I
they're
get
just
it, I
biting
get
you.
it. They're just part
Just
of me
there.
now.
You were them
Yeah.
off of your body.
What do I want to do? I would like to stab a bat that is on me.
Go for it.
Okay. There's no real I guess I'll go with rapier. The real do I have to use a dagger because it's close up?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I'll use rapier. I feel
This
like I
is
go for
not
the
like
one on
Burning
my
Wheel.
leg. I know. Does the length of the weapon
Yeah, no
matter?
distance, no arm length.
Does the stride matter?
The stride
Okay,
does matter.
stride
There are
does
different
matter.
move
I
speeds.
do know that. All right, so I take my rapier and I feel like I'm going for the one, that's on my ankle.
Yep.
And I would just say, "Enough is enough!"
Whoa!
22.
22 critical.
First combat crit.
Hi,
Oh my
my
gosh.
name is
This is the only
Mungojerry.
counterbalance to Abby is Sarah's luck.
Abby and Sarah, evil laughter. Okay,
Perfect.
great.
Roll damage.
I gotta roll damage.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
so 7.
stab the bat on your ankle, and then you're like, why stop there? And you proceed to stab the rest of the bats that are flying around. And
Why stop there?
the swarm of non-asleep bats is dead.
Great. Mungo just went into a berserk rage.
Ori wipes away his tear. I'm so proud.
Perfect.
I taught him that move.
We will not be in initiative order anymore, and you all can deal with these sleeping bats however you choose, because they are helpless and on the ground.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Ori
skewer
will
the rest of them,
be
right?
In favor of a coup d'etat sort of situation, unless we want to actually try and secure one, maybe for research
Coup
purposes.
de grace.
Or we could
Coup de grace,
interrogate them.
Coup d'etat, whatever.
I was like,
We're usurping their government. You know how to make happy bat noises. We will infiltrate the ember bats from the inside.
Mungojerry is the Bat King now.
You are the Bat King.
I've won through strength of arms.
This is how we will solve the plight of the of Humblewood.
Yeah, I guess we should just put them out of their misery. I mean, they're a danger to the surrounding area.
Yeah.
I don't like
Mhm.
it, but it's got to be done. I just like look away and stab some bats. I'm like,
Or
I
it's
like the
this
berserk.
is
The berserk rage has left me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
or it just tells you it's the way of the world, and they're unnatural abominations that harm the natural order.
How big are they?
They're like small bat size. I don't know.
Well, we could fit one of them in a jar if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But would
Do
it
we-
just burn its
Do we
way
have
out of a jar?
Let's use a
get pretty
heat-resistant thing, like a tea kettle.
Bohuckle. Not my precious tea kettle.
We might get in trouble if we bring an ember bat into civilization without it being very well contained.
You have cooking supplies. Put it in a cauldron.
Oh, my pot.
Yeah, you know what? No,
Refill them
I have
all.
I have a cooking pot too. We can keep a bat.
But what are we gonna do with it?
Well,
We never really think that far ahead anyway.
There are strange researchers in the Alderheart. They might be interested.
We could sell it to her. She might be in the.
She would forget she
yeah. So, I guess before we let's keep one bat in a pot, kill the rest, and then have the discussion before they all wake up.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So, what do we as critters of the Humblewood know about ember bats?
Make a nature check.
Nature. I will add that d6 from Sarah's wonderful bardic inspiration to bring my total to a 14.
Perfect. You know ember bats are native ? To the Scorched Grove. You're pretty far outside the Scorched Grove though. You're on the road between Meadowfen and Winnowing Reach. And really ember bats should not be this far south.
Do they? I'm from Ashbar. I'm from Scorching Grove.
Yeah.
Do they cause fires, or do they go where there are fires, or both?
They make an intelligence check.
Just straight up intelligence?
Good luck.
1.
Both.
Just don't say anything then, it's not gonna help.
Is there anything in this fire book of spells at all about ember bats
No.
as like creatures of fire? Okay.
I'm gonna go start setting up a little cook fire.
Okay.
Great.
I see him with his pot, and I say, "Oh, that's a good idea." I get my pot out and just start making food.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Yeah, have a little short rest while we talk.
Yeah, so do we think that there is somebody who could get value out of having an ember bat for research? Are they rare insofar as, like, nobody knows where they come from, and we haven't studied them? Or is it like just another critter that people know about, and somebody in the Alderheart would know?
At the very least, it's a good sign that the ember bats are too far from the
For
Scorched
sure,
Grove,
yeah. I mean,
that things are getting out of hand.
right, but we don't have to
So
keep
it's
one
a-
to relay
it's a
that information.
powerful-
of-
But it's a powerful warning
Mhm.
to release one in front of a bunch of nobles who don't believe
Oh
you.
God.
Oh. Now, Ori, you're thinking like a bard.
I'm thinking like a person who doesn't like making friends.
The big reveal.
It's all about the drama.
It's
big
all about
reveal.
the right. Exactly.
I learned it from you, Mung.
Now Mungojerry cries, and he's like limping because he's only got 4 HP. So so how do I heal? What are the mechanics of this again? Do I roll a medicine?
So, if you're taking a short rest, which it sounds like you are, I don't
Okay.
know if Logan's food can heal you, but you can also
Not
just
yet.
roll
That's next
one
level.
of your hit dice, you roll, I think it's a d8 for bards, add your constitution modifier, and heal that many hit points.
However, I am making food.
Mhm.
It doesn't heal you, but if you eat it, then you can roll a hit die and you can re-roll it and take the higher.
Oh.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna limp towards the comforting smell that's coming.
I
from this
know
cook
I'm
pot.
making your favorite. It's porridge with tea leaves.
Mm.
Oh,
Barley
remember
porridge
that?
with tea
No,
leaves.
I'm not using the barley. I'm not bringing
Oh,
This is
it.
rice.
saving
This
the
is
It's just-
rice porridge with some toasted green
Mhm.
tea.
Oh, what is
Yeah.
that tea that has toasted rice in it.
Mm. It's like getting my
Yeah, good
Yeah.
matcha. Uh-huh.
So he smells that popcorny smell. Bohuckle. Is that what I think it is?
It certainly is, Uncle. You gotta wait 3 hours for it to stew.
3 hours.
Well, I guess
Time for one story.
3 hours is worth the wait. He sits down and he sticks his tea kettle there and he starts making his own tea. He's like, I'll have a little bit of jasmine to hold me over until then. Do you want any?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Or you want some tea?
Of course, if
Rutherford
it's coming
Babbington,
from
stop
you.
lurking over there and have some tea. Come on.
Yeah, Rutherford will join for tea.
Well,
He's
what are
not-
those bats doing so far south, do you think? Sorry to interrupt you, Babbington.
What
Just
those-
saw you lurking out of the forest or the shrubs. Oh, well, speaking of lurking in the shrubs, where is that one? Get out of the shrubs!
Eliza!
Eliza, get out of here. It's safe now. Have
I
some tea.
can't!
You can't.
My
Ori
cart's
will
stuck.
go and get the cart.
She'll
Sigh a
forget
little
she has a
bit.
cart. She'll forget she has a cart if she leaves it.
Ooh.
Why did you all put me in the swamp?
Gesture to the dead bats on the ground.
Oh, I remember.
Sit down near me, my dear. Here,
Did you get
have
hit in
some
the
of
head
this.
at some point? Like, this can't be how you
No,
naturally
this is
are.
how we all are.
Who is we all?
I think there are other ones of me.
But you're not certain.
No, they're not here.
Would you remember being struck in the head if you didn't see the head struck?
No, I don't think so. Do you want to try?
Hitting
That
you?
won't be necessary. No. Here,
Bohuckle!
drink up. We're gonna have some of the best porridge you've ever had in 3 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I think I've had a lot of porridge recently.
No, but this
with
is
who?
better. This is premium porridge.
Okay.
How do you even remember the porridge you've had? Huh? Come on to you.
Oh, wonderful.
All right,
What
you
did
all take a short rest. Sarah, do you
Hmm.
want to heal?
Yeah. Okay, so I do a hit dice,
Mm-hmm.
And
then
you
I
don't like
do-
that
Okay.
number.
And then you get to
so-
re-roll it.
You can roll it
Oh, I
again.
just roll it again. Roll it again. 8.
Oh, so much better.
There you go. So you get to heal 8.
It isn't choose to re-roll and take new one. It's roll 2, take higher.
Well, she would have wanted to do that anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm fully healed now, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Okay.
Good
Sure
porridge.
are.
The sparkle goes back in Mango's eyes as he eats this porridge and sips on his jasmine tea and then feels deeply at peace.
You know, I
Perfect.
have to say, I'm surprised that a hot beverage would really be soothing at a time like this. You really wouldn't just prefer
What
water?
it is, isn't it?
Really, it's good for burns.
It's truly good for birds.
Mm.
There's, what is it, Bohuckle? The antioxidants? It has antioxidants in it.
Yeah.
Antioxidants.
Catechins.
It prevents
Some-
accidents, I see.
Exactly, it's wonderful. It's truly great.
Well,
Now you know Ardia herself loved tea. And she's the source of it.
I see. Oh, that's so wonderful. I have so much to
Tis.
learn from you,
Drink up.
quaint country folk.
Have some more. Great.
Perfect. We will take a break here. And then we will make it to Winnowing Reach when we come back. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
And we're back. The rest of the trip to Winnowing Reach is uneventful. And you all arrive in this city. It is, I would say, not a bustling city. But it is a larger city than Meadowfen and than Ashbarrow. It's closer to the main like forest hub, so they get more resources. It's not anything like Alderheart, which is the capital, but they do have something. As you enter the town, Eliza kind of like takes the cart from Ori and starts pushing it in front of her, and she's like, you all have a rest. I'm gonna go to the center of town and set up everything. You're gonna need the rest for when you escort me to Alderheart, so I'll see you in a little bit. And she like waves to you all.
But wait.
What?
Do you have any chalk?
You want me to look?
Does anyone have any
You
chalk?
forgot.
Will charcoal do? Charcoal
Yes.
from the fire?
Yeah, I will.
Mungojerry pulls out a charcoal stick and he says, Are you looking for something like this then?
Yes, I'm gonna
Well,
take it.
here,
And I'm
take
gonna
it.
draw stick figures of us on her cart.
She's like, oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Tiger
Oh,
won't
now,
forget us.
We'll
now I
find you,
remember.
don't worry, Eliza.
Yeah. Come find me when you go north. I'll join you.
Well, if you see people that look just like this, weird chocolate figures walking at you, maybe run the other way. That's not us.
That's gonna get confusing.
Your humor.
I think
Don't
you can
find
figure it
him.
out.
Devastating.
He's a very he's got a very strange sense of humor then.
Okay, goodbye. And she pushes. If you need anything, come see me. I have lots of stuff. I'm
Well,
sure.
we'd have to come see
We
you.
have no money.
No monies.
No money. All right.
Do
And
we
she-
know who the head of the town is? Is that like
Make
common
a
knowledge?
history check.
Are these chickens? Is this mostly a chicken town?
It is not mostly a chicken town.
Ratio of
is-
chicken.
Ratio of chicken? I don't know. Normal? Mostly, I think it's mostly bird folk, some humble folk. Lower chicken percentage than other birds.
Cool. 8.
You do not know who is in charge of this town.
Great. Also, Mungojerry is not going up into any of these perches, so he's just like. So you said it's mainly bird folk, so I imagine he's just kind of like looking. He's on the ground, like looking up into the perches, but he's not going up them himself.
Perfect. Yeah, you see, I mean, it seems like there's not an insignificant number of corvums. And then you also see some like strigs kind of like as guards. There's a small jail in town, and you see a couple of strigs like standing guard outside of there. Maybe there's a raptor there too that's like not a squire but like a apprentice guard, like following them around, tidying up. And then a couple I mean, you see some Gallus and then a couple Lumas, which are the dove people that are like running shops and stuff.
I'm gonna walk up to the guards.
Okay.
What are you just standing there? There's ember bats flying around your town. You're just gonna stand here?
There's no ember bats here.
Well, not anymore. We took care of them on the road.
We opened the pot. No.
Do you open the pot?
No.
Okay. There's no ember bats here. What are you talking about?
Well, they're all outside the town. They're dead now. They're flying around, undulating in their way they do.
It sounds like it's not a problem anymore.
You're not gonna do anything about it.
Sounds like you did.
Well, you might come back. We didn't eradicate every ember bat.
Well, if they come back, then we'll take care of it.
mad
That's your
fluttering
plan?
in the pot.
Ignore that. Ignore that. Ori
That's our
hides the
plan.
pot behind his back.
I think you misunderstand. Our job is just to watch the jail here.
I think you misunderstand. How are you going to watch the jail when the whole town burns down?
Mungojerry sidles up. he's good. Are they up off the ground or are they on the ground?
They're on the ground.
Okay. He goes, but you see, well, if you guys aren't in charge of protecting the town, then who is that we can talk to?
They're not even protecting the town, Uncle. They're just standing here.
Well, they're protecting the town from people who used to hurt the town, so
They're
it's kind of a
watching the
roundabout.
town. I'll give them that.
Shut up! Don't mind him. He's just a new Gallus in town.
You tell him to watch his mouth. If he doesn't, we have got empty spots up there.
His beak has never known when to stop. And he's like, but you fine fellows, I mean, look at you doing your jobs day in and day out. It must be tiring. But who around here can we talk to about about the town and who's in charge?
Well,
We'd like to introduce ourselves and pay our respects since it's our first time.
Walden is the magistrate. I guess he's who you're looking for, but
Walden.
He's not going to be concerned about fire bats either. We've never had a fire bat here.
Ember bat.
Amber bats,
Same,
yes,
same.
exactly. Well, lads, then what? The main people in your town, are they tradespeople? Are they, what's the main population like then? I'm a bard by trade, as you can see, and I'd like to be able to play them some songs that they'll truly enjoy.
I guess we've got craftspeople. We provide a lot of grain to the capital, so we've got a granary. There's an apothecary in town. There's a bookbindery in town. And we've got a rather nice inn. I'm sure you can play there, and they'd appreciate that.
Oh, I'd love it. I love it. And do you have who's the latest person you've let into this establishment? It always makes for a good story if I can add some local color to my songs. Who's
That's
the latest
confidential.
villain? Confidential for me? Oh wait, a wee old Gallus like me, and he's gonna persuade them to tell him.
Okay, yeah, roll persuasion.
It's harmless, boys. It's harmless. 7.
They keep pushing back that it's confidential, and you ask them one more time, and then they kind of just look at each other, and then they're little apprentice raptor guy. He's like a little, I don't know, peregrine falcon guy, runs up, and he's like whispers in one of their ears, and then they nod to him, and he gives you a name that's like Sally Ingenhoff.
Sally Ingenhoff, hey. Sounds like a right villain then.
Sally the Vicious, they used to call her.
Sally the Terrible. He's like, well then, I can see you lads have been nothing but honest with me. With old Mungojerry here. He's like, come by and see me when your shift's over. I'll be over at the end, like you said.
We might do that.
Whistle on his way.
I salute.
Do 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 do.
I glare at them. Walk away.
Yeah, and I feel like Mungo is going to find I'm assuming they kind of told him where the inn was.
Yeah. The inn is where is it? It is southeast of the town. And it is elevated.
It's okay. Mungo has dealt with this before. He sleeps under the inn.
What are you doing, Uncle? The building's up there.
It says, okay, old Mungo really likes it when his claws are on the ground. Don't mind me, boys. You go
Feel the
on up.
dirt
I'll
between his
prefer.
talons.
But how are you going to
dirt between-
entertain? How are you going to play songs for the people?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Uh, and I feel like he has been like as they're like walking from the jail to the inn, he has been singing as they go, and he's been singing like essentially like a trailer of what his performance is going to be to like pique everybody's interest. So they go,
make a performance check.
yes. He's like, you'll never believe what has happened on the road.
The Sally Ingenhop.
I don't use Sally Ingenhop. I don't believe.
Sally.
Even if Sally is real, she does not have a terrible enough name. I'll have to give her a makeover. But he's like the terrible tale of Mungo the Bat Whisperer, and he's just 25.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. You can
His
see
goal is to bring everyone to the inn.
Yes. As you're walking through the town, you can see like there's shopkeepers and like various like street food vendors and things like that. And you seem to be catching people's attention, and they're like watching as you walk by and like kind of clapping. And even a couple people throw you a couple copper.
Ooh, nice. I catch them in my tea kettle. Cha-ching, cha-ching. He's like, that's money for old Mungo as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think you still owe me a drink, old Mungo. So
Shh, don't worry
Ori
about
sort
that.
of sweeps into that pot, pulls out a couple of copper.
All right, wet your whistle while you can then.
Yeah,
And
I was
yeah.
gonna say, is the tavern with the inn or is it separate?
The tavern is with the inn.
Okay.
It's all upstairs. It's nicer than the one that was in Meadowfen. But with that comes higher prices. The like innkeep is kind of bustling around similarly. You can smell like the smell of I don't know, some kind of like veggie roast happening for dinner. And there's a few patrons. I think they seem to be like there there's maybe a servant with like a cowboy hat on.
Ooh.
And their antlers like go through the hat
Love that for him.
perfectly. Yeah.
So dashing.
So dashing. And you can see he's chatting with another couple people that seem to be like cowboys, wranglers, like that type of
What?
outfits happening.
Rutherford is going to sidle up to the bar and get a drink and try and suss out from the bartender, what's the vibe of the place, who all's here, what's up with the hats and the servants, and kind of try and figure out who all is a major player in the town, or certainly who is present in the bar at the moment.
Okay. She'll charge you 2 silver for a drink.
I'll even tip her a couple of copper.
Wow, perfect. And she'll slide you your drink, and it's quite. What do you order? Like a wine or an ale?
Ooh. Yeah, we'll start with ale.
Okay, yeah.
We'll
she
ease into
she
the
slips you a nice ale. It's quality. And she's like, oh, I mean, you've come to Winnowing Reach. Are you not aware of the slime wrangling that happens here?
Oh, slime wrangling, really?
Yes.
Oh, see,
We're famed for it.
No, see, I don't actually travel outside of the city much, so it's so interesting to see how these other economies sort of work. What exactly do you wrangle the slime for?
Well,
Fun.
for fun.
Just for fun.
What do they wrangle the slime for? I'm not really sure. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
for. I think that
It's
there's
mucus collection, just general.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a slime economy.
Ah.
And they'll wrangle the slimes to like use the slime. I don't know. I'm gonna make things up
A
as
slime economy.
Sure, yeah,
slime
yeah.
economy.
A sliconomy.
As maybe an
Uh,
adhesive. Maybe slime could be
Ori
that.
will add
Or
in that sometimes he's used slime for salves and potions, and he
Mhm.
thinks those fancy apothecaries in the cities sometimes use them for research and to make strange potions, but
Mhm.
I know the
it's dangerous
type.
work. I don't
Mhm.
think they ever compensate him quite enough.
And if you wrangled acid slimes, you could collect acid from them. That would be beneficial.
Mhm.
It's a lot of things. But mainly you get the sense that mainly it's for
For fun.
fun.
Hmm.
The adrenaline
the
rush
thrill.
of slime wrangling.
Well,
It's a tourist economy. They bring people in.
It's a
The
to let them
slime.
glory,
It's a
wrangle. Yeah.
slime dude ranch.
Yeah.
Well, that is just fascinating. I can't believe you all get up to such a thrilling and fast-paced lifestyle out here. I never expected such a thing. What about those fellows over there? And kind of like gesture around to some of the other tables.
Oh, I mean, they're just we get politicians coming through here campaigning and kind of the outskirts of civilization as if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, get a few visitors from the avium, which is, the school nearby. Nearby. I mean, it's pretty far, but
Okay. And like, I'm gonna assume those are like the three main groups of people in the bar.
yeah.
Okay. So we are going to have a conversation with the politicians at some point tonight. Try and like sidle up to them, figure out who's doing what, and see if I recognize any of the names. I assume they're all from Alderheart, or
Yeah.
yeah, like they're connected in some way. So see what
Yeah.
their business is out here, and then once that's done, probably buy a few drinks for the servants, and then go over there and try and start like getting them involved in some kind of a game.
Perfect. Yeah, you kind of chat around with the different politicians. A bunch of them are like new bird folk looking to get votes from the outskirts, like incorporate the outskirt people more than they usually are to
Mm-hmm.
get votes for the bird folk council, which is in Alderheart.
Are they trying
Um,
specifically to rustle up votes from birdfolk for birdfolk?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's yeah, a combination. Humble folk get a vote too.
Mhm.
And maybe feel less valued sometimes, so they're trying to appeal to that crowd. There's a Luma named Sally Ingenhoff that is one of these people.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that name before. That's curious.
Slippery Sally.
I think Rutherford is kind of positioning himself as I am one of the elite of Alderwood or Alderheart, and like I'm familiar with the politics of the bird folk, and I don't really associate myself very much with this lower class, um, humble folk sort of business. I much prefer the type of campaign and class and society that the bird folk bring. Not like overtly screw the humble folk, but like try to play towards the bird folk um, kind of politics and social structure a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. That to the politicians
Yeah.
you're doing this. Yeah. They when you're like, I don't know, when you're like uncle who might believe weird like different things than you goes up to people at some place and like talks to them and they're like do not want to talk to him but they put up with him. That's what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Oh, great. That tells me everything I need to know. So I will take that information and make note of the Ingenhoff name.
Yep.
And track that for later, like figure out what their deal is and what their campaign is like, and then head over to the servants.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, Sally is very similar to everybody else. She's like running the same campaign, like against all of them, for the different council spots. But they're all quite like friendly with each other and are like buying each other drinks and like I don't know, being very diplomatic. The servants welcome you with open hooves, especially if you buy them drinks.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll buy them drinks, and I feign interest in slime ranching.
Yep.
Wrangling.
Slime ranchers and their wranglings.
I think once you go over to the servants, Ori will join you with a drink as well.
Sure.
He is interested in slime wrangling, and he likes servants.
Uh-huh.
So Rutherford is trying to steer the conversation toward like, oh, what kind of business is slime wrangling? Do you make a good living? How do you factor into the town and that kind of thing?
Yeah, they don't really make a living doing this. It's like people who have already made a living and now want to find an exciting hobby and like make a little bit of money on the side.
Perfect. Yeah. I get them
like,
and Ori liquored up.
That's easy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll spend, I don't know, a gold on drinks for the table.
Uh-huh.
And, schmooze, chat, have a good time, and then suggest a game of cards.
Perfect. Bohuckle, are you doing anything?
I wanted to chat with the bartender.
Okay.
Briefly.
Uh-huh.
After maybe they're doing their thing.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of an alluring? You ever seen one of them catfolk running around?
Oh, yeah.
What do you make of them?
I mean, Eliza comes into town and sells her things. She's so sweet.
Well, have you ever seen any others?
No? She
What's,
comes from far away. I mean, it's not...
What do you make of her disposition, though? With her... Oh, forgetting.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
What do you mean forgetting?
She can't remember anything that she's not looking at. Has she not been like that before for you?
No, that doesn't happen. I mean...
So you're telling me that Eliza Pennicklin, if you put down like a mug of ale in front of her, and then you took that mug of ale away, she'd remember that mug of ale?
I mean, I haven't performed that experiment.
It's quite obvious. I don't think you need to suss it out. It's just that she can't remember anything.
She comes into town, she unpacks everything, and then we can go buy things from her.
And you never noticed anything strange about her?
Nope.
Okay. That's all. And then I think I'm going to start rambling about the guards not doing anything, and the bartender's going to lose interest immediately, and I'm just going to be like ranting at them.
She's like, yes, that's nice, dear. And then she tries to leave and like take a beer to Rutherford's table, and you just follow her. Okay. Mungojerry, what are you doing outside?
Mungo is busy setting up.
Okay. What are you setting up?
The perch. He's got a little show planned, so he's setting up for the show. He's doing a few practice things. He's scoping things out, and then I feel like he's been listening in, and he saw the cowboy hats, and so he's gonna start singing rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those slimies rolling. He's gonna start singing Rawhide. He's gonna start launching into the great slime ballads of
course.
the Alderheart and pander to the audience. And I think he is, while he's doing this, he is not just staying stationary. He, like, on a pause, takes a big flap, and you see his head come up in the window. And it's like, Rawhide! And then he, like, glides back down and, like, keeps doing the song. So he's gathered, people are coming from the town, and now he's, like, making his performance able to be heard from those in the tavern.
Perfect. Can you make a performance check with advantage since you rolled so well earlier?
Absolutely, I can. Roll him up, move him out. Rawhide. 25.
Oh my god! What is this?
You've
Mungojerry.
enraptured the whole town with your siren song. Truly, they were all ranchers at heart, and the call of Rawhide is undeniable.
Mungojerry is a master of his craft. He's singing the siren song of the rancher life.
I mean, people come and listen to you.
Like
sing.
I want them to stick their heads out the windows. They don't have to come
Yeah.
down or like
No,
leave
I mean,
or
they
anything.
they come down if they saw you earlier, like doing your teaser trailer, whatever.
Mhm.
And
My preview.
you'll see them come down, like you see like a raccoon family like comes and visits, and there's like some hedges and some bird folk and like a diverse crowd, and a significant number of them show up, listen to you a little bit, leave, and then come back in cowboy outfits.
Yes.
Start square dancing at the base of the tree.
Wonderful. Yeah. And so he went, like, this is like his opening song to like get everybody, like, to pander to his audience. And
Yeah, you're
then
pandering.
he wants to transition into a newly written song that tells of the great Mungojerry's encounter with the ember bats on the road, and how the town of Ashborough, the sad song of the town of Ashborough disappearing in flames with only one poor survivor. A strange Gallus who shall remain nameless but is blue and looks remarkably like his uncle. And so the point of that is to like make people start to be like aware that they may be in danger. Like there is a threat of amber bats, and they should like maybe take heed. Take heed.
Yeah. People do start square dancing or like line
Awesome.
dancing to your
I love
your songs.
Mungo
And
starts calling it out, you know.
Yeah, you start calling it out, and then you start calling out like destruction of the city and ember bats attack, and like these start concerning
and fight
people.
the ember bats. Do see do. Swing your partner, punch the bat.
Yeah. And people start getting families will leave, but
Yeah.
individuals like singles are still interested in like playing along. They're having a good time.
Okay.
And people will go up and like get drinks from the bar and come back down and like rejoin and stuff.
My tea kettle is also out and open, and I'll
nice.
jingle it. I'll jingle it at opportune thematic musical times.
You earn 3 gold.
Woohoo!
For this fantastic performance. People are very into it. The cowboy cosplay. And near the kind of end, like people seem to be like tidying up and like brushing dust off of them and like tipping you, and then like headed up to the inn to pay their tab and head home. You see kind of like an agitated Corvum dressed in quite nice garb, like a nice I don't know, noble's shirt, like fine embroidery and stuff. Kind of like stands next to the stage and like nervously looks like back and forth and like tries to get your attention.
He's like, and we'll take a quick break. But don't take your dancing shoes off then. Then he'll stick his tea kettle out and be like, if you have a little bit of extra, put it in here for old Mungojerry. And then he'll like sidle on over to Mystery Corvum and say, oh, it's very nice to meet you then.
Perfect.
Who
Before
might you be?
Before you have the conversation with that guy, we're gonna hop back to Connor and Sean up at the tavern with the servants to see how that situation is playing out.
Mm-hmm. I assume they have a decently high alcohol tolerance.
They do, in fact.
Yeah, being
Oh, everyone in this group has a decently high alcohol tolerance. I think we liquoring us up was not a cheap endeavor.
No, I can imagine not. We'll say I've spent 2 gold on that, and then
Okay.
we're sussing out, is the group ready to start a game of cards?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. I mean, we're playing the classics. It's nice and simple, the easy to understand, you laugh while you play games.
Perfect.
There's no funny business. There's no 5 aces in the deck or anything like that. It's just a straight, clean game. It just so happens that Rutherford is good at counting cards. So he's gonna try and make a little bit off of this encounter.
Okay.
Hopefully you make more than 3 gold.
2 gold.
Make an intelligence check.
Perhaps I can investigate the cards that are in the deck. And keep track of mentally how the hands are going?
I think it's just intelligence. I don't think it's investigation.
Well, that's quite disappointing. 15.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they have money, but this is also like a casual game. But you bought them drinks, so they'll invest and you make like, I don't know, 2.5 gold on all of the betting deal.
Amazing.
Ori, can you make a perception check?
Of course. All
right,
eyes,
perfect.
always watching.
Always watching.
Swiveling 360.
You notice that something like Rutherford, it's not luck, but he's making all of the right decisions. Like in a poker hand, like he would fold perfectly, like every time.
I think. Do I know? This is tough. I think Ori
Do you know
will
how to play
sort of.
cards?
No. Ori's a known. Ori's not good with cards, and also he knows not to bet against Rutherford. He's known Rutherford enough, and he's sort of playing in spirit or cheering people on. But I think at one point he's not very sneaky. He's not even really trying to be sneaky, but he sort of like lifts a wing up and whispers to one of the servant. And he speaks their language. So he
Oh,
will let them know in, I think it's just servant, that
Yeah.
maybe it's time for them to fold, or something's a little fishy here. Your luck might just keep going down if you keep on playing, and he'll sort of close out the game, I think.
yeah, perfect. They take your advice. They kind of close it out.
Hmm.
Rutherford scoops the pot still. And they
game,
like
good game.
yeah, they still like pat you on the back, and we're like, "Thanks for the drinks, friend," and then head to the bar and like get one final brew before they head to their rooms at the end.
Well, you're just no fun, aren't you, Ori?
I'm having a great time, Rutherford.
Hmm. Yes, well,
He downs another drink.
I don't think that I'll be forgetting this anytime soon. Kind of side
Good.
eyes you and then heads off to the
Sure.
bar.
Cheers.
Perfect. Bohuckle, what are you doing? Are you still gabbing at the innkeeper?
They just stood there. They just stood there in front of that building, not care in the world about the amber bats raging down on the town from just outside. And then
She's like,
we'll
yes,
say,
yes, dear. She waddles to the kitchen, and you follow her to the kitchen.
into the kitchen. They're cooking. I'm like, oh, you need to add salt to that. And then I just like start stirring, and I'm correcting all the cooks, and then I follow her back out.
Perfect. Jump back down to Mungojerry. This Corvum, you can see his feathers are all like ruffled, and he looks really worried. And he's like, "Are you? It sounds like you're an adventurer. Are you?"
Yes.
Oh,
I am the epitome of an adventurer.
thank Lur.
I took on a swarm of ember bats not just a few days ago.
ember bats.
Yes, positive bat noises. That's the trick there. Yes.
Wow, I had no idea. Thank goodness you're here. Please, you must help me in the town. Kenna, that foolish girl, she's gotten in over her head. She ventured down into the caverns looking for slime. She wants to study them, you see, but she hasn't come back in days, and I can only hope that she's still alive, but we need somebody to go find her, and it sounds like you're adequately prepared for that job.
Mungojerry is always adequately prepared for every job. But wait, hold on. Who is this Kenna then?
Kenna? She's just a young researcher, lives here, studies the slimes. You know, as there's
Okay.
a booming slide trade. Slime trade.
I have recently learned that, yes.
Yes.
And you are, sir. You haven't even introduced yourself. You've been so nervous.
Oh,
Come sit.
I'm Walden. Walden Crane.
Oh,
He like
you're Walden
reaches
then.
out his wing to shake your hand.
Wing
Wing.
bump.
Wing bump.
So you're the magistrate hereabouts then.
I sure am.
Great. And how long has she been missing then?
Oh, I mean, days, 2 days, 3 days. It's so
Now,
hard to keep track.
Slimes. I am newly aware of the sport, but exactly what are the dangers involved in slimes and in these caverns?
Oh, I mean, there's all kinds of slimes. There's, you know, acid slimes, and there's dark slimes, and there's the sticky slimes, and then he like rambles on about slimes.
All right, great. All
But
right.
Kenna, she is a bright young woman. She's here from the avium. She's doing her dissertation on various slimes and their populations and their. I mean, I don't know if you could say slime has culture, but slime cultures.
A slime anthropologist, you'd say then? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, I think I will just have a chat with my fellows and see what we can do.
Perfect. Along your way, if you would not, if you would happen to just reduce the slime population down in the caverns a little bit, we would be grateful for your service as well. I mean,
What about all them fierce wranglers and ranchers? You know, none of them
oh no,
help
I
with
mean,
population control. Then
don't exterminate it. You know, this city kind of relies on the slime.
percentage-wise, what are we aiming for here?
Some.
Sounds great. Sounds grand. I have to say,
Of course.
you can put your faith in me.
Of
I know a man
course.
with an axe who'd be happy to whack some slimes.
Oh, perfect. Kenna's safety should have come first.
Safety.
but-
Oh, we're the safest.
Yeah, I
He
don't know how
hides
many.
the bat bite marks that are all over his body.
I know how many are in your group, but I can offer you 25 gold if you can kill some slimes.
25 gold. Well, I think that would go a long way for everybody. And he says, "Where? So we should just come bring Kenna to you then when we get her."
Oh yeah, that I mean that would work.
Okay, and then
Just
he
so long as she's safe. I don't really need to see her. I just need her not to die.
wonderful. Great. You seem both very invested and somewhat disinterested all at the same time, and it's a fascinating combination that I'd like to get to the bottom to at a later date. But great, yes. Well, I will finish singing my songs for the night, and then I'll let the rest of my party know. Do you want to hang around and meet them?
No, that's
I
all
think they're
right.
just up in the tavern.
That's all right. I mean, you must be the leader, of course.
He preens a little bit.
So, I mean, you can speak on their behalf, I am sure.
They often tell me that I can speak on their behalf. Yes, that's exactly what they say all the time. I speak a lot, in fact. So yes, okay, we'll do it. Bye. And he rolls up and sings one last country slime song
Perfect.
and wraps it up for the night. Collects his teapot of gold. And you hear that once he's done, he'll start jumping, doing his jump glide, and peeking through the window to see who's closest to a window from the party that he can get the attention of.
You see Bohuckle, like, the window looks into the kitchen, and you see Bohuckle, like, commanding
What?
the chefs.
You burning that porridge? What are you doing?
This isn't porridge,
Bohuckle!
this is stew!
Well, that was your first mistake.
Bohuckle!
What? Uncle, what are you
Bohuckle,
doing?
come down here! You just see bouncing like Mungojerry.
Oh, what are you? Excuse me. No, keep starting that, and then I'll go to. What are you doing? What do you want?
Bohuckle, I think I found us a job.
A
There's
job?
a girl from the avium lost in the caverns.
What? How'd
There's
she get lost in the
25
cavern?
gold in it. I don't know.
Oh.
Apparently, she finds fun in investigating slimes.
So we're just gonna go rescue a foolish researcher?
Yes, just think about how much you can lecture her about how foolish she is.
Oh, I'll be right down.
I know. Wouldn't that might just do the trick?
I'll go back out into the common room, grab Rutherford. But we got the job, Rutherford. We gotta go rescue some foolish damsel in a slime cavern.
Does it pay?
I think. We're gonna do it for the
25 gold.
goodness. And 25 gold.
Right, well, that's plenty.
For a
Let's go.
resume.
Ori, you'll get to hit some
Oh,
slime.
he's still drinking.
You're gonna have to get Ori down here.
I think he's a bit.
Oh no, he can drink those servants under the table.
Rutherford will go up to Ori and, I'm so sorry for that game. Can you just explain to me, what did you think happened? I certainly didn't mean any ill intent to anyone that was playing, and just try and have this conversation with him,
Rutherford,
and then
you
drop
don't
a
need to
copper
try and
into
tell
his
me all
drink.
that stuff. We've worked together a long time. I know you know how to play your cards. It was all a setup from the start.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers. Drink up, friend. I'll down my drink, wait for you to finish yours, see the coin in it, and then, great, you've been conscripted, and drag him out of the bar.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go fight some
I had a couple
slimes.
more drinks in me.
Well, you'll have a couple more
Slimes.
after we fight these slimes. There's gold in the way for it, so.
I guess. Don't we already have a job? Wasn't it to make it to Alderheart?
think we're up to 3.
True, we've got an escort mission too.
Also, that one. That's forgetting. I don't think that's an old condition. I think that's a new one. Yes, and I think she was
Well, in your medical
Hitting
care,
the
I'm
head.
sure she'll be fine.
Oh no, not at all. Terminal.
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 In your
Great.
medical care, I'm sure it's terminal.
Depends on how much she eats. So I think Mungo will catch everybody up to speed and say that it was the magistrate, Walden, who came to tell him about the job. It was very strange. He was both very concerned about her and didn't want to know anything at all about her. At the same time, I'm not quite sure what that was about, but, you know, it's a job.
Well, they don't certainly seem concerned about much here.
Truly. Except slimes. Which is
I'm
where
slime
we're going.
anthropologists.
And slamthropologists.
Philanthropologist.
I study
newest field.
slamthropology.
Well, do we know how to get
did
out
he
of
tell
those
me?
caverns?
Did he tell me how to get to these caverns? Do we know
I
how to
was
get
like,
there?
it's getting
Yeah,
a bit
he-
late, probably. Do we, right? Maybe?
Ori, the
We wanna
night
leave
is young.
tonight?
There are slimes to slay. I'm
Oh,
sure
I'm
some of them
fine in
glow
the
by the
night.
moonlight.
I'm more worried about you 3.
I'm a nocturnal creature, and surely you know Mungojerry.
Same. Not nocturnal.
Mungojerry summons a cloud of sparks, and he says, "I'll be just fine."
We'll be summoning sparks the entire time we're fighting for our
Yeah.
lives, so be careful what you wish for, Rutherford.
I can also summon a cubic foot of cold air in case you're curious. It's
If we
good,
find
you
any
come and have it.
heat slimes, it'll come in great handy.
It won't be a heat slime anymore. It'll just be a slime.
Be a slightly warm slime.
Do we know anything about slimes?
Make a nature check.
I'll roll. I want to roll. Oh, it's bad. Maybe someone else should roll. I forgot nature's intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm naturey, and I use slimes in my medicines.
Sure.
17.
Yeah, so you
Ooh.
know, slimes are not animals. They're like their own category of creature. They're not like purposefully malicious, but they kill things to eat. And there are like there's sticky slimes that people like harvest to make like adhesives, and caustic slimes, and like various other slimes. They can all like climb surfaces. They can just like ooze up like onto ceilings and stuff, and they'll just kind of like sit there as like a patch of goop until they're hungry again, and then they'll go out and like fend for themselves.
Are they nocturnal?
I don't think that they sleep.
Ah. Okay.
They have a dormant state.
Do they have a weakness?
Yeah.
No.
Do they have a strength?
They can't typically be poisoned
Checks out.
because they don't
guess
metabolize
they can't be sleeped
things like
either.
normal
Well,
people.
darn, there
they
goes
don't.
the
Yeah, and they
poison
don't
tea
sleep.
technique.
What if I have
Poison tea.
what if I have a non-stick surface? Is that a weakness?
If you-
Ooh,
yeah, that
they
would
slip
be-
and slide.
Yeah, they slip and slide.
Can
Okay,
they be
we're gonna need a-
diluted?
We're gonna need a lot of Teflon.
PFAS.
So we wreak ecological destruction on their local habitat. And
We're supposed to be killing 100% of these slimes. Gone. No more.
No, that's not right. Not all the slimes. He wasn't very
Some.
specific about the number, just some.
Well, we'll keep one in
He
a pot and kill
posted-
the rest.
Just collect every villain that we find.
We've now created.
We're making a
Humblemods.
menagerie.
Gotta catch
We're
'em
just a
all.
traveling menagerie.
Gotta catch 'em all. Humblemodd. Great. And we know where the caverns are?
Yeah. If you, I mean, you can ask anybody
Okay.
that's in the town for slime wrangling, and they know exactly where to go.
Cool.
It's the Mockton Caverns that are like south of Winnowing Reach. Kind
Oh,
of
they're
like,
so far, aren't
yeah,
they?
they're quite far.
They're
They're
far.
They're past Meadowfen. What the heck?
All right,
Well, maybe
Walden.
we shouldn't do this
Well,
quest right away.
Kenneth's dead at this point. Oh my god.
Well, we were delayed before. We
Maybe
might be
there's a
faster
small
now.
cavern a little closer.
Listen to that evil GM laugh.
Good luck, you'll never be on your main quest ever
He'll
again.
never return to Alderheart. You did it for 25 gold. You sold your souls. Mungo's like, oh, well, it won't take that long. And she's a researcher. Maybe she can
Well,
look
she's
at
a
our ember
corpse
bat.
at this point.
Well, she
she's in
might not
trouble.
be.
We're duty bound to protect her.
Duty to who?
To life.
To gold.
Hmm.
To gold. To drinks. Somehow Ori has procured another mug of drink.
Where did you get that? I'm like poking through your feathers.
You don't need to know.
Like looking under your wing. All right, well, I mean, it won't. The nights will only get longer. We might as well set off. Mockton Caverns then. And then he like will accost like a
It's a
lone
long
servant in a cowboy hat and be like,
Yeah.
No, what's the best way to? I've gotten a taste for the wrangle in life myself, you see, and I want to try my luck up in the caverns. Can you point us in the best direction?
He points.
Now, what are
Right.
those hats for? Are they to protect you from the slimes from above? Or do you just wear them for fashion?
Yes and yes, sir.
Well, we gotta get some hats. How much?
Yes, where?
I don't
where-
sell hats.
We
You
can
have
have
to go
one.
to the. You have to go to the haberdashery.
The haberdashery. Yes.
But we gotta have hats.
As long as we're aware they come from the ceiling, we can just keep an eye up.
We were aware the ember bat came from the sky, and that didn't work very well.
Well, it helped.
It's a haberdashery in the market.
Yeah, it's in the center of town.
Perfect. We have to go.
Sure. I mean, we have to pass through the center of town to go back out anyway. I feel like, don't we?
What's
Alright,
a quick
might as
stop
well
at the
pass.
haberdasher? It's
What is this
Not a
quick stop
problem.
at the haberdashery? I mean, I'm sure they're basically handing them out now.
I'm sure they're open at nighttime.
And I
That's the best time to
100%
buy hats.
Cheap.
I'm 100% sure they're both cheap and open at nighttime. Yes.
Alright.
Nighttime's the best time to ranch slimes. So
You're going to
it's
the
prime
center of
business.
town.
Yep.
Somebody make an investigation check.
me.
Ooh.
17.
All right, you make it to the center of town. There's a bunch of shops around. You don't see a haberdashery necessarily. What you do see is Eliza unpacking all of her boxes, and she sees you and like waves at you. And she's like, "What are you all looking for?"
Well, how do you know we're
Haberdashery.
looking?
And you like, he's looking. I just saw him looking. A haberdashery, you say? And she She has this big sign over her cart that says Eliza's, and then she has miniature signs, and she throws one up and like velcros it that says haberdashery.
How convenient.
Eliza, do you have some of them, those wrench and slime hats then?
Oh, sure do. I
4 of
just
them?
unpacked them. Yeah.
Wonderful.
She pulls out some like cat head mannequins that have cowboy hats on them.
I just want to recall, there were no cat head mannequins with cowboy hats on them previously,
Nope.
I assume. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Where'd those come from? Bum, bum, bum.
Would you like them?
Mysteries.
1 silver each. Is that enough? I think that's enough to charge.
We'll take them.
Sure. Flips a silver her way.
Yeah, she gives you each a hat. They look quite small.
We're just sort of
What does
perches
that
it on
mean?
top of his head.
When you put
They're
it on
too
your
small
head,
for us.
yeah, when you put it on your head, it's like a tiny small hat, and then it grows in size to fit your head.
Oh, magical hats.
Mm.
I
Plus
said, dear,
one
we're
for
going to have to
slime
talk a little
aerial
bit more.
attacks.
Going to have to talk a little bit more in depth. Well, Eliza, we have to pop over quickly to the Mockton Caverns and find somebody really quickly, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere without us. Don't go to Alderheart without us.
Oh, I wouldn't dream. I couldn't make it to Alderheart by my little self.
But how do you
No,
know
you
where
couldn't.
Alderheart
You've
is?
done it before.
You just follow the road. Alderheart's there.
What road?
I'm on the road right now, silly. So I can see it.
Sort of chicken inquisition is
I'm on
Do you happen to know anything about slimes? Before we go, since you seem to be a
Slime?
woman of the world. Yes.
Never seen a slime in my life.
Never seen a slime, never heard of a slime, never read anything about a slime that you can recall.
I sure have not.
Well, you're just a font of information as always. A veritable cornucopia of facts you are. Oh, and he's gonna turn around and say, "Just remember to leave without us," and then he's gonna walk on confidently in the wrong direction to go to Mockton. Unless somebody
or he'll
stops.
grab you by the back of your cloak and sort of right you into the other, kind of lift you up and pivot you over in the right direction.
Perfect,
way.
perfect. It's the new hat that's confusing me. It's a little bit harder to navigate by the sky. And then, yeah, I feel like, Mungojerry will go cavern it up.
As you say, it's harder to navigate with this guy. The brim of your hat grows a compass.
We really have got to talk to her about this. I think it'll be impossible, but we'll find a way.
Rutherford is not
Starts
wearing this
thinking
hat.
really hard. Mug of ale, mug of ale, mug of ale.
It's not.
I
working.
think Mungojerry will say, if you had a tea holder now, that would be something.
That's not working either.
Ah, damn. Well, it's this way now. I can see it. Does the compass say caverns? I feel like it should say like caverns here.
North, south. Yeah, it just says caverns and it points to where they are.
Which is great because that means he's not taking the road. He's just following the arrow.
As
He's
the
not even
Gallus
looking down.
plays.
He's just looking up at the brim of his hat and walking
Yeah,
forward.
and he's just walking around trees and like hopping over rocks. And he's like, "It's this way. My hat told me so."
Ori's totally fine with this. I think he's like hacking up vegetation behind you.
So, Ori, are you wearing your hat?
Yeah. why not?
Bohuckle, are you wearing your hat?
Yeah.
Okay, Rutherford not wearing his
Absolutely not.
hat.
And I am a good 15-20 feet away from the group, like walking in the same direction and following them, but stealthily and keeping my eyes out for more ember bats, woodland nasties, slimes
Perfect.
dropping from trees, etc.
Yeah, sounds good. You are on the side that is swampy, so you're kind of like making it through swampland. The cover is pretty good. You don't see any sign of like forest fires or anything in here. So you think the ember bat threat is probably low, but keeping your eyes out. You do see like in the trees as you're walking, a couple of like there's an orange slime goo thing that's just like sitting there, but it's not moving, like it's not doing anything. You just see it sitting in a tree.
Don't walk onto it. Get away! Get away!
And you'll see like another couple just like spattered throughout the forest, but not anything too crazy.
Sure.
I think before we get too far into this, we will just call it here, and we'll pick up at making it to the Mockton Caverns next week.
My gosh.
Happens
Look at
fast.
Oh me, oh my, oh. Down by the bio. We're now in Cajun country.
Slime bio. That's true. Now we're deep in the swamps.
We are deep in the swamp.
We need a good
Cajun
old country
power.
alligator.
Country power. Oh.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Good game, everyone.
Thanks. Yeah. What will we be doing next week, Abby?
We're gonna do the same thing.
Oh my gosh, this is so strange.
This is
We're
new
not
for us.
switching games every week.
I know. No, after we'll play again next week, and then we will break for a couple weeks for the holidays and the new year. So we'll be back next week, and then like mid-January.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for joining us. I hope you had fun like we did. And we'll see you next week for more chickens and chaos.
Chaos chickens. Bye.
Bye, everyone.